It was a very unique call to prayer that aroused Pastor Vipul from a deep sleep shortly after midnight on a Sunday morning. Pastor Vipul, who pastors the All Nations Church of the Nazarene in Auckland, New Zealand, has been a man of prayer and has become known for having an effective prayer ministry. Awakening at such an early hour, Pastor Vipul struggled to understand exactly what the caller was asking. "Are you the pastor who prays for businesses?" the caller asked. "Well, yes," responded Pastor Vipul. "I will be more than happy to set up an appointment to visit with you and pray for your business this next week." The caller was insistent and indicated that next week would not be soon enough. Sensing the Spirit, Vipul answered this call to pray from a man somewhere in the Auckland night. Driving into the darkness, questions flooded Pastor Vipul's mind. Who was this caller? Where was he being called to go? What kind of a business was he being asked to bless? Stopping along the curbside in front of the address, Pastor Vipul saw the sign overhanging a dark stairwell leading down that gave the name of the business, the Black Hole. As Pastor Vipul approached the dark, unlit stairwell and began to descend, he hesitated. Nothing about this situation was good. He should turn around and quickly get out before something bad happened. But then he felt within his spirit a questioning from God. "Vipul, is there any place too dark that you would not go for me and with me?" Descending to the bottom of the dark stairwell, Pastor Vipul entered into the black hole. His suspicions were immediately confirmed by the lights, sound, and chaos. This was definitely not a place for any pastor, let alone a Nazarene pastor on a Sunday morning. He wondered, what on earth have I gotten myself into? Even though having never met, the business owner, Peter, saw Pastor Vipul enter and welcomed him. Peter took the microphone, quieted the band, and yelled loudly, "Hello, everybody. This is my pastor, Vipul Karat, and he has come to pray a blessing on my business." Pastor Vipul gazed around the hazy, oppressive room filled with half-drunk partiers and wondered, how can I pray a blessing on this place? Once again, God's voice spoke to his spirit and directed him to pray for Peter, for his family, and for the Spirit of God himself to flood that place in the lives of those people. Pastor Vipul lifted up his hands and began to pray just as the Spirit directed. He walked around the room for another hour, stopping at every table to pray individually with those who had found their way to the club that dark night. Finally, weary yet strangely exhilarated, Pastor Vipul ascended out of the black hole and returned home to sleep a few hours before he would be sharing his Sunday message. 2 weeks later, Pastor Vipul once again received a call, a voice whom he immediately recognized as the early morning caller, Peter. This time, the call was quite different. "Pastor Vipul, this is Peter. I've decided to close my business and I wanted to know where your church is and what time are your services held." Pastor Vipul was incredulous. Could this possibly be the same Peter whom had beckoned him into the darkness of the black hole just 2 weeks earlier? What incredible new thing was God doing? Pastor Vipul enthusiastically explained to Peter where the church was located and welcomed him to come and be a part. Peter did answer the invitation, not just himself, but with his family as well. The result has been an incredible, life-changing transformation in Christ. Since their very first visit, Peter and his family have rarely missed a service. These days, you will find Peter twice a week, mentoring and tutoring youth at their church in after-school sessions. Peter and his family experienced the life-changing transformation of the gospel because Pastor Vipul was obedient to that call in the night.